how's the? Hey, is that what I've been hearing all the time? I hear the little. That was a throwback to when you said that to me. But it was.
Yeah, well, there's a random clicking. I couldn't find it in the feed either. So it's like there's just an episode we have out that there's a random clicking just throughout your audio, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. So it's there, and that episode is a monstrosity to listen to.
Oh boy. Well, they'll never know. Now that I've pointed out that you use a fidget spinner, anyone who listens is going to assume, oh, that clicking must be that guy.
It is a perfectly silent fidget spinner. Thank you. I'm smart.
How come we heard it all throughout that one episode then?
You did. It wasn't on my feed. It was on yours.
They don't know. No one knows that. No one knows whose feed.
I know this.
Okay, well, whatever.
Welcome to Unqualified, or what is soon going to have a different name because Unqualified has terrible SEO. We are changing names.
Auntie's Big Hill. That's what we're calling it.
Yes, Auntie's Big Hill is going to be what it's called.
So be on the lookout.
And yes. Yeah, this is a show where we each bring a topic. We don't bring hot topic. Neither of us shot up a hot topic.
Just to be clear. Just to get that out of the way.
The allegations
the elephant in the room.
They're false. Where we each bring a hot take and talk about it and fight about it. Sometimes we agree. Sometimes we don't. That's the premise.
It's the premise. All right.
Yeah.
I can start.
Sure.
All right. So I think all hot topics.
No, you cannot say that.
Just joking, guys. I don't actually think that.
That one I might actually bleep out.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Because this is going to be on the internet.
It's true. Yeah, maybe bleep that one out. You've been bleeping out everything that I tell you to bleep out, right?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're going to take that part out. But, what was okay, I remember. It was, I think the base crust for all pizza should be cheese stuffed. And
I disagree.
And you should have to ask for it specially to not be cheese stuffed.
Why? Why do you need more cheese on your pizza?
Do you like cheese on your pizza?
Yes.
Okay, well there's your answer.
Do you not have cheese on your pizza normally? Is the only cheese you get on a pizza in the stuffed crust?
No. Okay. It repurposes the bread at the end as a, it's more of a dipping thing. It's not just like your old piece of pizza crust. Now it's like a whole new breadstick because it has cheese in it. So now it doesn't feel like just a piece of pizza crust. It's a whole new food when you're done with the pizza.
Okay, what about thin crust pizza?
Okay, well that's its own thing. That's its own thing.
It's a type of pizza, and you said all pizza.
I'm saying, okay. Well, logically that doesn't make much sense, does that? That thin crust could have cheese in it. So
this is your topic.
Obviously, I'm not talking about thin crust.
What about deep dish?
Well, sure. Why not?
But no. Again, there's so much cheese on that.
Okay.
Well, you don't need more cheese.
Okay, let me rephrase. Traditional pizza, traditional what's it called? Hand tossed or whatever. Crust.
I don't know.
We're not talking about deep dish. We're not talking about thin or anything that's made in a weird way that cheese wouldn't easily be put into.
What about New York style pizza?
Yeah, that's fine. Cheese should be in there. That's just the floppy pizza, right?
It's big and floppy and it's real greasy or something. I've never actually had it.
The crust is still the same, and cheese should be in it.
I don't think it is.
I like the base crust is. I think it's still thick.
So
Right?
should that part be stuffed with cheese?
Yeah, the crust. It should all have cheese in it.
So you're saying it should be bread, cheese, bread, sauce, then cheese?
Wait, no. Not the base. Okay, I mean the end, the balled up end where you grip it. That's the only.
Yeah,
part.
but then how are you supposed to grip it if it's melty and cheesy?
Because the cheese is on the inside. That's what's great about it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's stuffed. It's not crust stuffed cheese. It's cheese stuffed crust. Though I think that could be an interesting pizza. Is crust stuffed.
That could.
It's just a big ball of cheese covered in tomato sauce, and there's crust inside the ball of cheese.
I would eat that.
I would eat that as well. Someone somewhere selling that.
They gotta.
Actually,
If they don't, we will open a pizza shop that does that. Crushed stuffed cheese. Anyways, so do you have more to say about specifically why it should be this way?
I was Googling, but it doesn't. It looks like it's an entirely new thing, crust stuffed cheese. So
TM. Copyright.
Yeah.
Patent. No one
anyways,
can steal that now.
What was your question? Do I have anything more to say? Yeah, we should put like all the toppings, like any topping that's on the pizza should also be in the crust. Like cheese is kind of the basic, like it is on every pizza. Like every pizza kind of has to have cheese with whatever other topping. But I think that we should also just start putting the sauce in there. We should start putting pepperoni in there. It should just all go in there.
So you want a calzone?
Yes. But I want it to be tiny in the crust.
You want a tiny, thin calzone?
But on the end of my pizza, yeah.
Okay. I can't get behind this. I'm sorry.
Do you like pizza bites? You like calzones?
Pizza rolls? Yeah.
Pizza rolls,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so
Those
that's
are delicious.
That's just what this is. Why is this?
No.
The question is, why would you not want this?
You already have like the cheese. You have so much cheese on a pizza already. You don't need more cheese in it. Is stuffed crust a nice little treat every once in a while? Yeah, absolutely. But like every time I get it, it's just I don't actually like it that much.
Well, then you can ask for your pizza to not have it. But I think you should have to specifically ask. Why shouldn't it just be the standard? Why would you get pizza if you don't?
You don't need more. You do not need
why would you not
that
get
much
pizza if you
cheese
don't
in your
want
diet.
cheese and bread? Why would you not get it? Why would you get a pizza if you don't want cheese and bread?
I always want cheese and bread.
Then I want cheese in my crust. That's what I'm saying. Is okay. If I'm gonna get
that shouldn't be the standard.
If I'm gonna get a pizza, then I'm craving cheese and bread, and cheese in my crust is just more of what I'm craving. If I don't want cheese and bread, I'm not ordering a pizza. If I don't want cheese stuffed crust, I'm not gonna order a pizza then.
So you always get stuffed crust every time?
No, because it's more expensive. But that's what I'm saying is it should be the standard. If it was the same price.
But then the price of every pizza would just go up.
But we wouldn't care because that's all we'd know. We would. I bet there's some alternate universe where there's some other like integral ingredient to pizza that they couldn't imagine pizza without, but we don't know just because in this universe we don't have it. And they're saying that they will never know the price of what pizza is without this integral ingredient. But I don't know if that metaphor is following through at all. But I'm just
it's not
okay. Never mind. Forget.
You lost me at the multiverse thing.
I'm just saying the price. We wouldn't even care about the price if this was our reality, and it should be our reality.
I would, because then every pizza would be more expensive.
You wouldn't care because that would just be the price of pizza.
I would care.
You would have nothing
because
to compare.
I would never eat pizza because it'd be too expensive.
It would be like $2 more.
Yeah, too expensive. I'm on a tight budget, my guy.
Okay, well,
I'm a bartender. I don't have that much money.
Well, guess what? You said that you only want cheese stuffed pizza as a as a treat every now and then. So I guess you could only afford it to get it every now and then. So I guess it all works out for you.
I mean, oh yeah, that's a good point. I would eat less pizza.
That's true. Okay. Well, that's where I stand on it, and you're not gonna change my opinion. You haven't really given me any valid feedback except you don't like it.
Because not everyone wants more cheese on their pizza. It's already 90% cheese.
That's not true. It's
okay. It's
maybe
50% cheese. I'm
not
sorry.
even 50. Not even 50%.
Yes, it is.
If you had cheese in the crust, then it becomes 50%. It's more like 35%. Because then you got sauce, then you got the bread, then you got topping.
That'll be what we do whenever we do something when we're actually in the same state.
We also... Okay, so we're gonna, determine the ratio of pizza ingredients?
Yes.
And the other thing we said was do a sniff test of Axe body spray and Old Spice.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Those are our activities. We said
I don't know if
I'm
glad that you're keeping track of these things.
I'm gonna start writing this in our document. Also, we were gonna watch like all the Princess Switch movies, or it was something Christmas movie related.
That is something I do want to do next year for our Christmas episode. Is watch either a Hallmark movie or one of the Princess Switch movies.
That would be great. Do like, if we're not in person, we could always do like a Netflix party or something.
That's true. That wouldn't be that hard. I don't have Netflix, but you know.
Oh! I just got a this could have been a good cold open. I just got a VR headset for Christmas. That's
which
fun.
one?
MetaQuest 2, not the most recent one that just came out, but like the.
I have that. Dude, we should play some VR games together.
We should. What
I'm plugging in my headset right now so it can charge because it hasn't been on the charger in like months.
I can't do it tonight, but later this week I'm down to do it.
That's valid.
Okay. Oh, you're leaving. He's leaving. The whole room is shaking as he's running around.
Did you keep them entertained while I was gone? Plugging in a VR headset?
No, I didn't. I think they're
okay. I saw you were on your phone.
Yeah.
They're really fun. They're really neat.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. I've only got like
what have you?
I've only got Beat Saber. We just downloaded that like a couple days ago, and then Fruit Ninja and Resident Evil 4. I'm not very far into that yet, but
I wanted to play that in VR, but also I never bought it. So
I really like the horror idea and the idea of horror in VR, and I haven't really got
the Walking Dead game.
Oh,
the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. 10 out of 10.
That was like one of their top games on the store when I was looking.
I'm assuming Super Hot is still at the top because that's an incredible game that you absolutely should play.
I didn't see that. I don't know what that is, but I'll get it.
It's the idea is, so it started as a PC game and then they made a VR version. But the idea is it's kind of a shooter where time only moves when you move.
How does...
Yeah, it is wild.
How does that... So, like, you can only shoot people when you're running. Like, if someone's shooting you, you can just stand still and the bullets...
You can shoot whenever, but, like, if you move your hands, everybody else moves.
What do you... I don't understand.
So, you are only in one spot. You aren't moving.
Okay.
But, like, say you duck to the side, then everything shifts forward. But as soon as you stop moving, everything stops.
And there are other like players online, or is it?
It's a single player game, but
okay,
yeah.
Okay, that all makes sense now. When you said shooter, I was trying to comprehend how it works with other people online playing this, but
it's not an online game.
That sounds.
I'm trying to think of what would be a good. Pavlov is a fun shooter on VR, but you have to download. I don't know if it's on the Quest store yet.
Do you have another VR set you use?
No, but you can download it through not Bone Lab. That's a different game. There's an App Lab thing that they kind of have alpha games on that some of them you can download for free, and Pavlov is one of them. But yeah, it's a shooter with a lot of fun game modes. The problem with VR is there are too many children on.
That's true. Every single like online game or game with online capability, like the second I log on, it's just kids' voices. That's all I hear.
Yep. And there's
then
usually
I
one
log
screaming
off.
at the top of their lungs.
Yeah, it's really annoying. And so I
It
got
is.
like one free shooter game and then one free like sports game, just like the first day
Nice.
I got it. And
Yeah.
I haven't opened them since, just because every time I turn them on, it's just kids.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
But
it's pretty
yes,
fun.
we should play some VR at some point. 'Cause
Yes.
I haven't gotten into my headset in a while.
What is your like recommendation of a good cooperative VR? Or I don't know about cooperative, but like, what would you suggest we play?
I don't know. Pavlov is a good choice. Population 1 is a battle royale
Okay.
in VR. I never got super into it because I don't particularly care for battle royales because I am bad at games.
Yeah, I mean that sounds fun. The VR games are expensive too. Is the other thing. They're a lot more expensive than I would have thought. I guess they're kind of the prices aren't that crazy when you look at
The thing is,
$60
they are a
for
lot
console
cheaper
games.
than. Yeah,
But they're also like the
they're cheaper than
functionality
console
is a
games,
lot
but it
more
is.
limited.
Yeah.
But I guess it's, that's the deal with new technology.
Yeah.
So like Fruit Ninja was like $15 when it's like a free app on your
Mhm.
on your phone. But it's cool. It's cool.
Right.
So
I haven't played Fruit Ninja because I was never super into Fruit Ninja. So.
Fruit Ninja was a blast on my Kindle Fire. My first touchscreen
On your
device.
Kindle Fire.
That was the first like touchscreen device my parents got me. It was a Kindle Fire, and it was a good time.
Nice. Mine was an iPod Touch. I don't know what generation.
Mm,
And it was a hand-me-down from my sister.
nice. What was your game? If it wasn't Fruit Ninja.
I don't know. I mostly used it for music, to be honest, and to watch YouTube.
I played a lot of games. Angry Birds. Played a ton of Angry Birds on there. Like
Never really liked Angry Birds.
every single iteration of it that came out, because there's like Angry Birds 2, Angry Birds in Space,
Yeah.
Angry Birds Rio, based on that movie Rio with the parrots.
Angry Birds Star Wars.
Angry Birds Star Wars. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyways, this has gone way off from
It has.
our current topic, so we can go back on track.
Okay, yes. Because tangents we don't do here.
That's right. We only stay focused on what we're talking
Yep.
about.
I didn't have anything else to say about Stuffed Crust.
I didn't have anything more to say about VR.
All
I always
right,
have more to say
cool.
about Stuffed Crust, but we'll have to cut it at some point. So
Yeah. I mean, we already have recorded 3 hours of you talking about Stuffed Crust.
that's true. That's true. I
and I
assume you're
did
probably
have to
going to
cut
cut
it.
it down to only like 30 minutes or so. But
Yeah.
what you're
Probably less than
Yeah.
that because I'll include the tangent in there.
okay. So what you actually,
Yeah.
what anyone actually ends up hearing, just remember that I actually talked for 3 hours, and he just cut out.
He did.
He cut out all
He
the
actually had
all the
an
best arguments.
entire play written out in
Mhm.
the style of Shakespeare.
What, you're cutting that? Wait, dude, you're not.
I
don't
am.
cut that. Don't cut out that part.
Well, it's just us acting, so I figured,
I
we aren't
wrote
the
out an
greatest
entire
actors.
play in the style of Shakespeare, and you're cutting that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can submit it to like Broadway or I don't know who does plays. Broadway's musicals,
Broadway.
isn't it?
Yeah, I guess I don't know who does plays. Just Broadway.
Okay.
Broadway probably does both.
Probably.
You would know. You would know more than I would.
Yeah, that's fair.
I won't know.
I'm vaguely insulted by that, but okay.
I realized my tone kind of made that sound like I was insulting you, but I just meant that.
I'm taking it like an insult.
Okay, well, I didn't. I'm asking you not to, but maybe that says
Okay.
more than needs to
Well,
if you're choosing to
bummer.
take it as an insult. So.
Okay, are we ready for my hot take?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. It's that time of year again where Hollywood's rich and famous people pat themselves on the back with awards, and it's dumb. I.e., my take is that the Oscars are stupid.
So, why do you think that people don't deserve to be recognized for their hard work?
Okay, they should. But when it's everybody in the industry just patting themselves on the back, and then also there's always some kind of drama that everyone gets up in arms about, and I'm just like, I don't care. Yes, like the slap. And it's like, I don't care about adult men acting like children.
Yeah. I think most people would agree on you. Like, the Oscars have become pretty irrelevant, with the exception, like, the slap was probably the biggest thing that put them back in pop culture in like a decade, I feel like.
But it seems dumb. Because it's all, like I said, it's all them just being like, oh, we're so awesome, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, congratulations, me.
I would love to hear what you think would be better. I mean, I guess they haven't even released for the latest Oscars, like the list. But what do you think, as a non-person not in the industry, what do you think the Oscar movie should be from the past year?
What I think, like the best picture. What I think a best picture should be.
Yeah, what do you think the like 5 of the best picture nominees should be? As someone as a representative of the general public. 2023. Yeah, of 2023.
Okay, now I have to think of 5 new movies I saw in 2023.
Okay, well maybe you're not the best one. So.
Hold on. Across the Spider-Verse, was that 2023?
Yep, that's a good one. That's
okay, good. Cool. When was Cocaine Bear released?
That was also released in 2023.
Oh yeah. The Boy and the Heron.
The Boy and His Heroine. Sounds like you're only picking
The Boy and
movies.
the Heron. It's Hayao Miyazaki, okay. Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
It was a weird movie, but I really enjoyed it.
All right, yeah, that was 2023.
Hold on. I know I'm gonna think of these. I'm gonna think really hard. I'm thinking so hard about 2023 released.
Cocaine Bear is definitely the outlier in the ones you're listing right now.
Oh, John Wick 4.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one I saw. Hold on. I'm still thinking of 2023 movies that I saw. Hold on. Thinking. Well, I really did not watch anything this year. Nothing came out that I was like, oh, I really need to... That's another thing why I think Oscars are stupid, is because I feel like movies have been getting worse, and I know I sound like an old fart. Not that movie, like... I don't think movies have ever been... There have always been bad movies, and a lot of them.
Since the beginning of time, there's been bad movies. This is true.
Correct. Since before film was invented. But, like, this year, there wasn't even things I wanted to see.
I think you and I, it sounds like you and I have the Regal Pass, which is like a movie theater subscription. So me and my friends see movies like pretty much close to like every single week. So I saw a good amount of what came out this year. And I would agree with you that a lot of them are bad. But I think you and I kind of have opposite movie taste, where I'll see pretty much anything. And it doesn't sound like you watch anything.
That's not true, because I do love Avatar: The Way of Water, number 5. I did it.
That didn't come out this year.
Oh shit.
You remember watching that this year? That came out Christmas of last year.
I watched it this year, so that counts. Oh.
Serious front talk. Okay. Well, that doesn't count. That wouldn't fit.
It's just...
So what
I love going to go see bad movies, i.e. Avatar: The Way of Water.
Oh, you thought Avatar was like a so bad it's good kind of movie?
Okay, I think the visual effects and the CG in it were amazing. It's a very beautiful movie. It's very pretty to watch. I was very stoned when I watched it. Intentionally. Don't get me wrong. because why wouldn't I be?
We just assume
also,
that for all the movies you go see, right?
I'm not always stoned.
Okay.
I look like it, but I'm not.
Is that not how you saw Cocaine Bear? Were you on
No,
cocaine
I was
when you
sober.
went to see Cocaine Bear?
Yes, I was on cocaine.
Were you on heroin when you went to see A Boy and His Heroin?
The Boy and the Huron.
Okay, all right.
No, it's Avatar. I really enjoyed Avatar. The story of Avatar sucks.
Yeah, it's not a great script.
It's a visual, like, it is a
I would say seeing it like
what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
A visual feast for the eyes.
It's very pretty to watch. Yes, absolutely. But writing wise,
yeah, it was very predictable. Like, you saw exactly where the story was going. I will say it was like, seeing it in IMAX 3D is like one of my favorite theater experiences of all time because it was so immersive. Mm-hmm. But I agree with what you're saying.
I don't think we have an IMAX 3D theater.
I think you do. Or you have an IMAX theater at least. I don't know why they want to do it in 3D.
We have an IMAX.
Do they not ever do showings in 3D?
Probably. I don't go and watch 3D movies. I can't see 3D too good.
Oh, that's right. I forget. This guy's colorblind. I don't know if you all realize that. So you can't even appreciate. You probably couldn't even appreciate. Do you even know what color the Avatar people are? You probably think they're green or something.
They're turquoise.
Okay. Well, yeah.
No, I'm very mildly colorblind. So yes, I can see it and appreciate it. Thank you.
Does it the 3D
Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves? There, that's number 5.
Okay. There you go. Nice. Back to the 3D thing. Can you actually not see 3D, or is it like, does it just look flat? Like, the effect doesn't work for you?
It's so originally, like, one of the first 3D movies I saw was Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I couldn't see that because that was when they were still doing the red and blue thing.
Yeah, that was terrible.
When it was that, I could not see 3D. I would just see a red layer and a blue layer, and it would never like match up.
That sounds terrible.
But I think when I saw Voyage of the Dawn Treader, I saw that a little bit in 3D, but even then, it's not great. And so I'm like, why do I want to pay the extra money to go see something in 3D?
That's fair. Yeah. I pretty thoroughly enjoy 3D. I think they should start doing the Oscars in 3D. So you're just closer to the action. Like, you're getting
so you can feel the slap.
So you can feel the slap. You feel like you're getting poked by the statue.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think would make the Oscars, like, what do you think would make it better? How would you improve it?
All right. So for every award, you drop everybody into an octagon with a single gun and 3 bullets.
Okay.
And whoever comes out, that's who wins the award.
That's the best director of the year.
Yes.
What about for like best picture? Is it just like the whole cast and crew?
The entire cast and crew.
So we're looking at of like best picture, like what, 8 movies, and we're putting probably maybe close to 8,000 to 10,000 people in an octagon with a single gun, and then
like a standard UFC regulation size octagon.
Okay.
With a single gun and 3 bullets.
So 10,000 people have to find a way to kill each other with only 3 bullets.
While packed inside an octagon.
And then whoever gets out, even if it's like makeup artist number 3 on Cocaine Bear.
On the Meg 2, The Trench, or whatever it's called.
The Meg 2 was my worst movie of the year in my ranking.
Really?
Yeah. That was a bad
Is it worth watching because it's bad?
I mean, that is why I watched it. So yeah, that's definitely one. If you want to watch it not sober, that's definitely a good one.
Hey.
But yeah, it was not a very good one. Cats is still one of the best so bad it's good movie experiences, I think.
It's
We wa- we
no.
listen.
It's not so bad it's good. It's just bad. And I'm so annoyed because I love Cats the musical. I love Rum Tum Tugger. I love Mr. Mistopheles. I love Skimbleshanks. I love Mungo Jerry and Rumpelteazer. Even McCavity I love.
I only know the movie versions of those characters, and they all suck.
Yes, it's terrible.
But
It's so bad, but I really like the stage production of it.
The movie is really fun. The movie's a great time if you're watching it.
It's no. It hurt. It hurt me because I'm like, you have destroyed one of like a beloved musical of my childhood.
Yeah, they did do that, I guess. You're the only person I've known that felt offended by it. I'm sure there's other people out there that like Cats.
I mean, I'm not offended. It's just like, and then everybody wants to shit on Cats, and it's like, no, it's a really good musical with a really good story. And everybody just knows it as, they had to CG out the buttholes.
Okay, so
Give me the butthole cut of Cats.
I don't disagree that the musical is probably significantly better, but I have a hard time believing that it's still a great story. Like, is it really a good story? Is it not just fun because of a bunch of cats singing? Is the story not the exact same? A bunch of random cats show up, introduce themselves, and sing.
Because
then
the story is like...
And then a cat goes up to the Jellicle layer? What?
Yes.
And so that's still good in play form.
Specifically Jellicle cats. Which... And you know a Jellicle cat because they have the song that tells you all about Jellicle cats.
What a Jellicle cat is and what a Jellicle cat does.
And so once every year, a cat is chosen to go up to the Jellicle layer and be reborn as a new cat. Right? And that's why they are all singing, is because they're all petitioning for themselves to be brought to the Jellicle layer and be reborn.
Who are they singing to? Just the ether?
Old Deuteronomy.
Oh, that's okay. That was kind of lost on me. Because they're not really
Dame Judi Dench in the movie.
It's not like a stage where they go one by one. They're just kind of singing randomly, and she's there.
Yeah, and like that is how the play is presented. But it's also like and then there's Grisabella, who's like was once this very fine, very good looking cat who has fallen from grace. Yes.
That's a horrific name.
I think it's Grisabella. No, it's not Grisabella. Is it Grisabella? Yeah, it's Grisabella. I was thinking of the first cat. It's impossible
for me to not imagine a large woman with a beard as someone with the name Grisabella. Like, that's the only thing I can imagine would fit the name Grisabella.
She's okay. They're all based off of the poems of T.S. Eliot. All the songs are. Rum Tum Tugger is almost word for word the poem. And so yeah, it's about Grisabella, who has fallen from grace and has no hope of being redeemed through being reborn. And then, they take mercy on her and allow her to be the one who has fallen from grace to be reborn.
Very relatable.
And also Gus the theater cat makes me cry.
The one played by James Corden?
No.
Okay. I don't know who Gus the theater cat is.
I can't remember. Oh, what is his name? I don't know. I can't remember that one's name.
I don't know any of their names. This has gone really far off the Oscars.
I've been telling you, Skimbleshanks, Mungo Jerry and Rumpelteazer, Rum Tum Tugger.
I mean, I remember hearing
Mr.
those names.
Mistopheles.
I couldn't tell you which one is which, though.
Skimbleshanks is the railway cat, obviously.
I don't even remember a railway song. Was there one?
Skimbleshanks I can't sing. Why am I trying?
Did you see this movie on opening night?
No. I knew it was going to be terrible. There's Busterford Jones was James Corden. There's Growl Tiger. There's McCavity. There's Mr. Mistopheles. which Mr. Mistopheles might be my favorite next to Rum Tum Tugger. I do love Rum Tum Tugger.
I don't doubt that there's like some charm and like it's impressive to see the, you know, the Broadway version of it, but I'm not being convinced that this is a great story. From
It is.
Okay. Anyways, I think we all agree that should have won the Oscar, and the Oscars would be better if they
Yes.
had chosen Cats as their number one movie every year since it has been released 4 years ago.
Every year for the rest of time, Cats should win Best Picture.
Yep. And I think that's what you were trying to say also, right? That's why the Oscars.
Not quite, but that's close enough.
Okay.
I'm also saying the Oscars should be a death match.
That's right, where we put 10,000 people into a UFC thing, and they have 3 bullets.
Octagon.
And the rest of the deaths have to be just bashing over the head with the gun, with the empty gun.
It not necessarily. It can, however they choose.
Well, they only have one weapon. I guess they're themselves, but
yeah,
I feel like half of them would
there's
instantly
lacerations. There's contusions.
with just their hands.
There's many
with just their
creative
bare
ways.
hands. How do you contuse someone with your bare hand?
A contusion is a bruise.
Oh, okay. How do you lacerate someone with your bare hand?
Fingernails.
All right. Well, I guess if they all knew what the Oscars was, they would be growing out their fingernails for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta sharpen them.
I think you would see a significant decline in movie making if this was the case.
Where's the problem with that? There's been 1 billion movies this year that I haven't seen because they all look like shit.
This is true. I disagree with a lot of what you're saying. Not necessarily with the Oscars, but I do think there are several good movies this year. Will they get recognition? Probably not. But I do agree with also
what was good this year.
I just saw The Iron Claw last week. That was fantastic. Love that movie.
Never heard of it.
Okay. It was like a movie about this famous wrestling family. So I do agree that I do think a lot of good movies are being made, but I agree that probably not most of them are in the Hollywood mainstream that the Oscars are all in support of. But I typically actually do agree with like their best picture picks. I think they do, for the most part.
What won last year?
I don't always agree with their choice of which one wins, but with the nominees I usually agree with. I don't even remember what won last year.
That's the other thing is Oscar, like the best pictures, they always feel like Oscar bait.
They're not I don't know, not necessarily. I think to some degree there are, but I think there are always exceptions. Like there's always 2 to 3 in the nominees, but I would say the majority of them are genuine movies most year that deserve recognition. So I don't. It just kind of depends on how far you are following, the process of it. But I agree that it is kind of a like what should be the purpose of the Oscars? Should it be like to give movies recognition, or should it just be for directors that have already won Oscars and are already famous and rich to be like, oh yes, I did a great job again with an infinite amount of resources. Like who wouldn't do a great job with unlimited resources?
I mean, people do. Zack Snyder.
I mean, that's true. So if anything, it's more impressive when people have the resources that these big budget movies do, and they still fail to make an entertaining, like good, thoughtful movie. So maybe, well, what do you think about the Razzies? The concept of the Razzies.
I have never watched the Razzies, but
do you like the idea?
I support it. Yes, 100%.
The Razzies got like kind of.
If I ever got famous for something and won a Razzie, I would be there to accept it and give a speech.
All right,
and I would be. It would be the greatest day of my life.
I'm trying to remember who all. I remember like Halle Berry won a Razzie for her like Catwoman performance, and she was like had fun with it. I think they just got canceled. Not canceled, but like they got a ton of backlash for. They like nominated a little girl. I don't remember what performance it was or what movie she was from, but it was like a little girl that was like just starting her career, and they like nominated her as the worst performance of the year. And it's like people at that age don't have the don't have the mental capacity
like, be
to
cool,
handle
guys.
critiques. Yeah, and so now everyone is saying the Razzies are over. I don't know if they're officially over, but no one really is taking them seriously after that. So
That's fair. That makes me think of when the Obi-Wan show came out and everybody was bashing the little girl who played young Padme. And it's like,
didn't see it.
Didn't I heard that everybody was bashing the girl who played young Padme, and it's like, it's a little girl, and everybody was like all up in arms about it, and Ewan McGregor was like, guys, this is a child.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It was a 12-year-old girl that, if you remember, like the Firestarter remake that came out last year, she like plays the main character. She was 12 years old, and then yeah, they got a lot of backlash.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, it was also kind of like, so they also nominated from Star Wars Episode 1 that kid who played young Anakin in The Phantom Menace.
He's a kid.
Yeah, and I
do feel bad for him for how much crap he's gotten for that, because like, he was a kid dealing with bad writing and bad direction.
Mm-hmm. And now I don't know, like, it's hard to say if he ever really wanted to do acting at that age, but you know, he's never went back out to movies after that.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. And then have you heard the story of like
favorite.
Jar Jar Binks and the actor that played Jar Jar Binks, and how it kind of like destroyed his life, even though he was like so excited to have a role in Star Wars, and then everyone just like hated on him afterwards, and he like got super depressed. And so it is.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it is. It is unfortunate. You got to think before you say mean things. That was to you specifically.
But how have I been mean? I have not been mean to any person in specific.
In specific, you've just been mean to whole groups of people.
The whole industry.
Yeah. You think, I bet a bunch of the Oscar people are going to be really offended that you, after what you just said.
They're definitely listening to this.
They're probably going to give up and cry.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Wow, okay, this is the attitude I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, I don't do it to children.
Okay. Well, I've said what I need to say about the Oscars. I said
what I have needed to say about the Oscars.
I agree that we should maybe redefine the purpose of it. I think the Oscars should be for bringing like new movies into the mainstream that people wouldn't have seen otherwise. Other than, oh, I heard that was an Oscar movie, maybe I should actually check it out. Rather than
that's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but I think that's the direction the Oscars should go. As they are, I do agree they're kind of a broken system.
Yeah, not a fan.
Not a fan, but I still, as long as I have a group of people to watch it with, I'll still watch it every year.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I won't.
Hey,
I haven't watched the Oscars in a hot minute.
If you and I are ever in town during the Oscars, you and I are going to watch it at the same time.
Oh, and I will be so angry the entire time.
I can't wait. Okay.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of the show.
Lovely.
Please, if you like it, tell somebody and be like, hey, listen to these two dumbasses. And also download it, because that helps us, helps the algorithm and all that bullshit.
Enjoy. Our gift to you.
Neat.